$600 for one click of a button in BRC20 ecosystem. Pizza arrived and it is freaking delicious. Everybody who was using UniSat wallet over the last 12 months had at least one transaction, claimed their tokens a couple of weeks ago, is now able to cash in about $600 to $700 in the current value of pizza tokens. Today we're taking a quick look into BRC20 ecosystem. What are the best things that you can do to position yourself for future opportunities such as this one and create a really life-changing 2024 in Bitcoin DeFi. Let's go. So first things first, if you have done this transaction, claimed your tokens, and you have received your pizza tokens, you can check that by going to UniSat BRC20 tab over here. And here in the receive section, you can just copy paste your wallet address and it's going to give you all the transactions that are currently ongoing with your wallet. In the receive tab, you can see that you have either received or not received pizza. By the time you're watching this video, you probably already received it. However, if you haven't, you can always go in the UniSat Discord and make sure to actually check the status of your wallet if you think something is not in place. Now, if you are going to be selling your tokens, there's some things you need to know. First of all, the meme coins on Bitcoin are incredibly speculative, of course, because last time we had something similar was when there was an Alex Labs order book meme coin airdrop, and those were worth more than $1,000 at the time when we received them in May last year. And today, most of these are worth like $20, $30. So it is potentially not worthwhile to keep this for long term. But again, if you have received on just one wallet, then maybe you can split your allocation in a couple smaller amounts, make smaller transfer inscriptions, and then go from there. Also, one thing to keep in mind, you can sometimes find arbitrage opportunities. For example, if a certain centralized exchange does not have enabled deposits or withdrawals for a token and they enable it afterwards, you can find huge price discrepancies. For example, pizza was trading for $14 on SuperX before they enabled deposits and withdrawals. Of course, now that it's enabled, the price has more or less equalized with the prices you can see on UniSat marketplace itself. And another great tool you can use, for example, this is like the bank for Bitcoin ecosystem. It's called ord.io. And here you just copy paste your wallet address and you can find all of the inscriptions and a lot of the information regarding your wallet. If you want to see which tokens you have received, you can go in this newest section and then here you will see the latest additions, latest airdrops to your wallet. Alternatively, you can also go to your UniSat wallet and go in this settings tab, go here on the expand view, and here you can also see many different assets that you have on your wallet. And now let's say you want to sell your assets, whether it's pizza or any other BRC20, the easiest way to do that is go to the, of course, UniSat marketplace. You go in the my assets tab and here you'll see the BRC20s that you can use and sell. So in my case, I have pizza. I would simply inscribe the transfer inscription. You choose the amount that you want to sell. You can choose all or a certain portion, whichever you like. Choose the amount of sats that you're willing to pay to create this transfer inscription. I usually recommend using the fast or maybe just 5 to 10 sats more than what the current price in the mempool is. And you can use the mempool.space as a general way to gauge the prices or gas fees on Bitcoin. So similar to like you have Etherscan's gas tracker, this is the same thing, mempool.space. You can see the current values of the Bitcoin blocks. How much was the average cost for a transaction on the Bitcoin network? Keep in mind that this is not like Ethereum, and this usually costs more. And it also takes a lot more time for transactions to go through. Usually Bitcoin block is about 10 minutes. Anyway, with that understood, once you have actually inscribed your transfer inscription and you have waited for the mempool to actually recognize it, then you can go to the UniSat marketplace again. And once your transfer inscription is ready, you can list it on the marketplace. And that works like this. So you would find the current floor price of the inscription you're trying to sell. You would go in the My Assets tab again, and you can see that your pizza is now in the transfer inscription. Select it, list 100 pizza. Then, of course, you see the current floor price. You can also see the orders that are currently being sold, listed, updated on the marketplace itself. So we can see that one was sold for 9,000 sats, 9,300, 9,400. So it's like $650 roughly. So yeah, compare the current floor. You can put slightly above, slightly under the current floor. It doesn't matter. It's going to be sold within a couple of minutes or sometimes in a couple of seconds, and just decide on the price you want, you list it, and in a couple of seconds you pay the gas for the inscription and you are good to go. Also, in case you're wondering, to create any transfer inscription is going to cost you just under $10, give or take, depending how lucky you get with these sets. Between 25 to 35 in the sets category is about just around $10. But yeah, you can also track the price performance of a token by simply going into this chart category. You can see how the BRC20 is performing over the last 24 hours or over the last 7 days. So the pizza token has been up only for the last couple of days. Who knows if it's going to continue like this? You need to do your own research and make the decision accordingly. All I know is, all I'm gonna say is that there's this one channel in our Discord called the BRC20 Ecosystem tab, and this channel alone has made me more money in the last 12 months than all the other channels combined. Whether it's Bitmaps or this now or Runestones, it's just been wild. And just to be a part of this community, I'm incredibly grateful because we share some great alpha on a daily basis. And just take a look at this $12 million on OKX trading volume for pizza. What can a human think about this volume? It's just wild. But yeah, we've talked about all the crazy stuff, all the good updates, all the slightly less great projects. Maybe RuneX was one of the flops, but you win some, you lose some. Overall, I've been very, very happy with what we've been accomplishing over the last 12 months. If this is something that interests you, we have a subscriptions page where you can subscribe to our Discord and our airdrop tracking application. This helps you keep organized. Having everything in a spreadsheet is wild. It is not recommended, especially if you're managing many wallets or many different airdrops. So if this is something that interests you, you can take a look for yourself on our website. Also, if you're looking to find some content on BRC20s, there's not many YouTubers talking about this, but you can go in our website or in YouTube. You just go in the search category, look for BRC20s, and it's going to give you the last couple, well, all of the videos we've created over the last 12 months. Now, what can you do if you're new to this and you just want to position yourself for future airdrops in this ecosystem? There's a couple projects that you probably need to keep an eye out on, and a couple of these are Sats, Ordi. Those are the like Bitcoin and Ethereum of the BRC20 ecosystem. Then you have Track. This is like an indexer for the whole ecosystem. And then there's the airdrop of tap tokens for everyone who held Track, but it is a project in its own right that was actually just listed on CoinList a couple days ago. So you could have gotten an allocation for this ICO, well, this new token launch for the Bitcoin ecosystem. Alternatively, if you're looking for some amazing content on YouTube that you can keep up to date with all the recent updates, the block runners are one of my favorites. Big shout out to them. They're developing something on the digital matter theory. So DMT ecosystem, they are actually having an mscribe.io platform. And here you can create different types of NFTs on Bitcoin. This is a whole rabbit hole, but basically you can create unlimited supply of Bitcoin NFTs, which is not inflationary because it is determined by the block production of Bitcoin blockchain itself. So quite an interesting take. They recently had the Royals mint, which done almost a 10x since the mint date. You could have minted a crown for less than $100. And this testnet crown has enabled you to mint the interesting first collection, the Royals, on their platform. So if you're looking for some exposure, maybe this is one of the things that you can keep an eye out for. Also, there is stuff you can do on Magic Eden. So if you're looking to position yourself for Bitcoin ecosystem, make sure that your wallet has at least a couple Bitcoin NFTs. For example, Runestone, which was worth 5 to 6K at its peak, was given for everyone who has had a couple Bitcoin NFTs, 3 in particular. So you could have literally bought some, I'm not gonna say garbage, but some really cheap NFT on Bitcoin, which was like a couple dollars. You can still buy it today. Like it can be any Bitcoin NFT, and this way your wallet might get future airdrops in the future. There's going to be 2 more airdrops for the Runestone holders, and currently the floor is just over $1,000. So this always goes in waves. When the second Runestone airdrop drops, it's probably going to raise in floor price of Runestone. So maybe having this information now, you can invest in Runestone. Not financial advice, but this is one way to get exposure to Bitcoin ecosystem. And of course, if you have a lot of capital, you can never really go wrong with those blue chips, in theory, like Bitcoin Frogs, Bitcoin Machines, Taproot Wizards, and similar kind of collections on Bitcoin ecosystem. One of the OG collections, maybe even Bitcoin Whales, if you are a little going on the risk curve, little DAO. And finally, let's take a look at the Bitcoin Layer 2 ecosystem, starting with Alex Labs. They are one of the OGs in the space. They were one of the first to start building on Stacks, which is a Bitcoin Layer 2. Unfortunately, they had an exploit in mid-May, which has caused their token to really go down dramatically. But if you believe in the project and if you believe that they're going to recover, this might be one of the better buying opportunities when everything is so uncertain. Now, another thing, of course, is the Stacks token itself. This is the gas token on the Stacks layer 2, and one of the best ways to actually get your stacks and put your stacks to work is in the stacking DAO, which have a points program, but more about that in our future video. Another way that you can get Bitcoin exposure is through Merlin. This is another Bitcoin layer 2, and they also have the biggest total value locked project on Bitcoin Merlin, which is SOL. They also have a points program. So if you're looking to get some exposure to Bitcoin layer 2s, these are some of the plays that you can consider. And that's a wrap for all the BRC20 updates for today. If you like the content, make sure to like and subscribe with bell notifications on. If you want to go into more details, feel free to check out some of our previous content popping up somewhere on the screen right now. And if you have any questions, I'm waiting for you in the comments below. If you're ready to take your airdrop hunting and DeFi in general to the next level, we're waiting for you in our Discord, where we are like Khabib and Islam smashing it. And till next time, have an amazing day.